Hey guys, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video, we're going to break down exactly how you can purchase the Disney Genie Plus the day of your Walt Disney World trip. Now, this video is going to be super helpful for those of you who have purchased your tickets from us, the Park Prodigy, and you have not purchased the Disney Genie Plus. However, you might be on the fence, so you're trying to just get a little bit more prepared for your Walt Disney World vacation. And the great news is you can upgrade your Disney World tickets later on. You can add the Disney Genie Plus one day at a time if you do choose to do so. And that's what we're going to break down in this video. We're going to give you the tips, tricks, show you exactly how to do that so you can the morning of your visit. I hope you guys find this video helpful. Let's go get started. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. For those of you who do not know, this video is going to be about the Disney Genie Plus and how to add it on to your Walt Disney World ticket. And just to kind of stick with the basics for a second, for those families who have visited Walt Disney World in the past, but let's say it's been a couple of years, you most likely remember the Disney Fast Pass system. Now, the Fast Pass system was retired at the start of the pandemic, and that was the free service guests could use to skip the line. Now, that was replaced with the paid Disney Genie Plus service, which essentially allows you to purchase the ability to skip the lines of select rides using the Lightning Lane access. Now, the Disney Genie is that new digital assistant that was built right into the My Disney Experience app, and that is where most guests are going to manage their Walt Disney World vacation plans. Now, this app helps you plan your perfect Disney day with wait time suggestions, dining reservations, and of course, the ability to skip the lines, quote unquote, by upgrading to the Disney Genie Plus. And now it is important for us to mention once again that the Disney Genie Plus is an additional cost. It is an upgrade to your Walt Disney World ticket. And I think that's why a lot of families are trying to figure out, hey, Mike, how do we do this? And also, is it worth it? And then if it is worth it, again, how do we upgrade the day of? And continuing to stick with the basics, guests can choose two different ways to purchase and book arrival windows for the Lightning Lane access. And these are the individual Lightning Lane passes and the Disney Genie Plus. So for $15 a day, guests can purchase the Disney Genie Plus, which gives them Lightning Lane access to an exclusive list of rides. And then, of course, for those individual Lightning Lane passes, the price range is really gonna depend on the ride. However, right now we're seeing it's from around $7 up to $15 for the more popular rides, such as Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Okay, so now, how exactly do you purchase the Disney Genie Plus? So now, the Disney Genie Lightning Lane choices can't be made until the day of your trip. And that's very important if you're on the fence and thinking, Mike, do we buy this or do we not buy it? If you do wait, it's completely fine. However, you will have to upgrade your ticket. And if you're doing it on a per day basis, you will have to do it the day of, which, if you're a large family, you got small kids, that might just be an additional responsibility. Maybe you don't want, maybe you can manage it though. And we also will say that we do feel like a lot of families are doing this and they're just kind of buying them, one day at a time. The reason being is on the flip side, you can purchase the Disney Genie Plus in advance for your trip. However, you are required to purchase it for every single day of your Disney trip. So of course, if you only plan to use it for 1 or 2 days, it does not make financial sense for you to do that. This is the better option. Now, getting into the times, you can purchase the Disney Genie Plus starting as early as midnight the day of. But I've been reading online. I mean, I don't see the benefit of actually getting up at midnight. Like, you don't have to do that, okay? We're not in Cinderella. Don't worry about it. You don't have to get up at midnight because you can't, here's the next step. You can't make Lightning Lane selections until 7 a.m. that morning anyway. So I don't really see the benefit of doing it at midnight. Okay, so what are the steps of purchasing the Disney Genie Plus the day of? So of course, you're going to want to make sure that you update the My Disney Experience app before the first day of your trip. And the reason being is the Disney Genie is just another aspect of the My Disney Experience app. So if you haven't already downloaded it, be sure to go download it. And if you do have it on your mobile device, however, you haven't used it in a couple of years, make sure you go and you update that app so you do get the updated Disney Genie Plus services on the app already. And so now there's going to be two ways that you could purchase it. One is going to be the official way off the Disney website, and the other is just going to be the way I do things, just because I'm the type of person, I just get in the habit of doing something, and if it works, I'm just going to do that. So let's do the official Disney way first, and that is you're going to select the Disney Genie service and then choose to get Disney Genie Plus. And then at that point, you're going to assign all the members in your party and then you'll see you could check out. And then of course from there at 7 a.m. you could start booking your Disney Genie Plus Lightning Lane attractions. Okay, so now the second way, and this is really the unofficial way, and this is the way I do things, and that is once you get into the My Disney Experience app, you're going to see, it's going to say tip board on the top left of your screen. Once you get there, you could pretty much see today's date, and then you could change the park if you want to, but if you have reservations, it's most likely going to pull in the park that you already have the reservation for. And then from here, you pretty much see all of the rides. And then what I've been doing is I've just been going to the ride that I want to make my first Disney Genie Plus selection. And you see it will say Disney Genie Plus as the LL for Lightning Lane. And then it gives you a return time. And then you could just click book experience. Now, I will say the one downside here is some of the Disney Genie Plus rides, they can book up and sell out pretty quickly, such as Slinky Dog Dash, Space Mountain, just some of the popular rides. So the downside in doing it this way is that once you click that, you do have to now pay. So again, it might not be the best route for everyone, but it also is an option. And it's just one of the ways that I have found the easiest to upgrade my ticket to the Disney Genie Plus, and it will absolutely work. Okay, guys, now taking it one step further, just to confirm, these steps, now that you purchased the Disney Lightning Lane, let's say the steps to now make just Lightning Lane reservations, and it's pretty much going to be the exact same step. So if you already have the Disney Genie Plus service on your ticket, you're pretty much going to do the exact same thing that we just mentioned, and you're going to go to the My Disney Experience app, and then you can click really two buttons at this point. You can do the tip board, or you can do My Disney Day. My Day is going to bring you to pretty much the basics Disney Genie, and from here you can fill in and do the questionnaire, and you can answer which rides are most important for you, and the Disney Genie will kind of give you an itinerary for the day. To be honest, I don't really know how much we trust these itineraries at this point. I would say my initial thought on the Disney Genie when Disney announced it is it's great, but how do I know that Disney isn't kind of just telling me to go in the direction that they want me to go and not really the best direction for me? Maybe that's just the New Yorker in me, but that was the first thought that that popped in my head. And I still don't, we've tested it out a couple times, and we're kind of 50-50 on how much we trust the Disney Genie at this point. I will say that. However, from a Lightning Lane, Disney Genie Plus standpoint, it does work if you use it the right way. It can save you time in the parks. So what I would suggest is, again, if you're kind of you have your own plan, or you use the Park Prodigy, right? And we, of course, give everyone custom park plans for their days in the park. So if you have our daily custom park plan and you're tying in the Disney Genie Plus with that, what I would do is I would just go again to that tip board. I pretty much live in the tip board because I could do anything I need to from here. You go to the tip board, and same thing, you're going to see all of the rides available for that day in that park. If you don't see the park that you're going to, very simply up top, just click change park and you'll get your park. Now you can scroll through the rides and you'll just see the next Disney Genie Plus availability for that select ride. If you want to go, click Disney Genie Plus, whatever the time says, and that will be your return window. You do have an hour from the start of your return window to go and use that Disney Genie Plus selection. And then the next thing that is very important is your next Disney Genie experience cannot be booked until 120 minutes after that. And it cannot be booked to be earlier than your first Disney Plus selection. And of course, the Disney Genie Plus will tell you when you are eligible to book your next Lightning Lane experience. If you're unsure or confused, I would also say that if you do have a Disney Plus, if you have a Lightning Lane reservation time, as soon as the Disney cast member scans your phone or your ticket and you're in the queue, open up the app and just make the next selection immediately, because that you can do that and the system will allow you to do that. All right, so now that we've gone over all the details and everyone is probably a little confused and you're most likely saying, Mike, why do I want to go through all of this hassle? Let's show you why. Let's go over the rides that you're going to get if you do upgrade to the Disney Genie Plus. So we're going to start with the Magic Kingdom. And over at the Magic Kingdom, we do have Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, Dumbo the Flying Elephant, Haunted Mansion, It's a Small World, Jungle Cruise, Mad Tea Party, The Magic Carpets of Aladdin, Mickey's PhilharMagic Magic, Monsters Inc. Laugh 4, Peter Pan's Flight, Pirates of the Caribbean, Splash Mountain, The Barnstormer, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Tomorrowland Speedway, Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid, taking it over to Epcot. At Epcot, we have Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival, Journey into Imagination with Figment, Living with the Land, Mission Space, Soaring Around the World, Spaceship Earth, Test Track, The Seas with Nemo and Friends, Turtle Talk with Crush. Disney's Hollywood Studios, we have Alien Swirling Saucers, Beauty and the Beast live on stage, Disney Junior live on stage. For the first time in forever, it feels like this list is taking forever, a Frozen Sing-Along Celebration, Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, Muppet Vision 3D, Rock and Roller Coaster, Slinky Dog Dash, Star Tours, Tower of Terror, and Toy Story Mania. And to close it up, Disney's Animal Kingdom, we have Festival of the Lion King, Dinosaur, Feathered Friends in Flight, It's Tough to Be a Bug, Kali River Rapids, Kilimanjaro Safaris, Navi River Journey, and the animation experience at Conservation Station. Now, as a special bonus for all you guys who just listened to that entire list and you guys have stuck through this video to the very end, here are some tips and tricks for purchasing the Disney Genie Plus. Tip number one, and of course, we can't stress this enough just because it is super important. I don't want to see you get up at 12 o'clock for no reason. It's important to note that even if you buy the Disney Genie Plus in advance, you cannot start making your Disney Genie Plus selections until 7 a.m. the morning of your first day in the parks. Now, of course, taking it one step further, speaking of those individual Lightning Lane passes that we discussed, it's very important that you can only make those at 7 a.m. for the, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, Remy Ratatouille Adventure, if you're staying at a Disney property. So again, it is just very important for me to distinguish the difference because the Disney Genie Plus is different from the individual Lightning Lane passes. Taking it one step further, of course, please keep in mind that we always do recommend that if you are going to do the Disney Genie Plus, to just, try to figure out if you're going to do it, yes, no, by that 7 a.m. Time frame. The reason being is once you start to upgrade and get the Disney Genie Plus in the middle of the day, you might not get all the rides that you have your heart set on because again, some of the rides can fill up and then you can't make a Lightning Lane selection for some of the most popular rides. So that's why we're taking the time to do this video to make sure that you're as prepared as possible to make the best decision possible. And of course, taking it one step further, you must wait, as we discussed, 120 minutes to book Lightning Lane reservations after you book one. And you can only book one at a time. So that's why it's super important. Make sure that you do make that second reservation as soon as you check in for the current Lightning Lane reservation, or if it has been 2 hours after your first selection has been made. The last and most important tip that I do want to mention is just remember that there's so much information on the Disney Genie Plus and so many families are trying to figure out, you're reading that one family got it, so you might, feel a little, peer pressure to get it. Every family is different. Every family visits Walt Disney World differently. Every family has their own unique list of their most important Disney, attractions. Just keep that in mind. This isn't the right fit for every family. I don't want you guys to feel pressured like, oh, we have to now spend the extra money to get the Disney Plus, to use the Lightning Lane. Speak with us. We would love to help you guys out. You could always speak with a travel agent like the Park Prodigy. We do this all day, every day. We love to do this, truthfully. We're very passionate about the theme parks and we're very passionate about helping you guys make the right decisions. I would say if you're visiting the parks, just very, very simply on if I was going to say which parks you absolutely need it for, it would be in this order. And I would say Magic Kingdom, because there are so many rides and you're trying to get that many rides done in a short amount of time. Any help is a benefit. Number two, I would say Hollywood Studios, just because again, they have more of the thrill rides. It's more quality over quantity at Hollywood Studios. And when you have that sort of situation, wait times tend to be a little bit longer. Number three would be Animal Kingdom. And then of course, number one is Epcot. So, you don't need it for every park. Like if you're going to Epcot and you only have a couple of rides on your hit list, there's no need for the Disney Genie Plus. And that's why you could do it one day at a time, like we just showed you in this video. I know that this was a pretty long video. However, I do know how important this is. I do know it is a very tough decision. I do want you guys to be as prepared as possible. I don't want you guys getting up at 12 a.m. to make your Disney Genie Plus selections when you can't until 7 a.m. So that's why we put the time and effort into the video that we did. If you are in the process of planning a Walt Disney World vacation and you do need a little additional help, be sure to go check out our website, theparkprodigy.com. We would love to help you out. Not only that, we would love to help you if you do have any additional questions. We do have a bunch of Disney vacation packages, discounted theme park tickets, all that good stuff that you need to be prepared for your next Disney vacation. I think that's all the time we have for today. Until next time, I will talk to you guys soon.